Good Tuesday morning, cruisers. Happy February 24th. Here are today's announcements. We are continuing our celebration of Black History Month. And today we're going to talk about someone named Robert Smalls. And I just learned probably within the last year or two about Robert Smalls, one of the most interesting people that we'll have on here for sure. He has a kind of a crazy history, a crazy story. He was born into slavery in 1839. Moved to Charleston. When he was in Charleston with his owner, they let him start working at the dock on boats. This was during the Civil War. Obviously, Charleston is in the South. And as a slave, he was really limited in what they would allow him to do. But he became very observant, and he would know when the sailors would get off the boats, when they would go into town. And a lot of them would leave their boats and go into town on the weekends. They would go into Charleston. So he came up with a plan that when these sailors, these Confederate soldiers, went into town, he would get on the boat with some of the other black crew that worked on the boat, and they would steal it. And they did. One Friday night, he stole the boat with, I want to say it was maybe 12 other crew members, and they escaped. And he sailed the boat to the Union Navy and kind of turned it over to them. He became a sailor for the Union Army, received his freedom, which would be a crazy story just in and of itself. You know, this slave steals this Confederate ship, sails it to the North, gets his freedom. But then, like I said, he became a sailor for the Union Army. And then after the war, he became a congressman from the state of South Carolina. So Robert Smalls is a really crazy story. Obviously, it takes a lot of courage to do what he did. Obviously, it takes a lot of intelligence to run and become a congressman from South Carolina as a black man in the 1800s. So Robert Smalls is our person for today. A really, really awesome story. All right, be a pro here at Middle School North. We're positive, we're respectful, we take ownership of our learning, our environment, and of course, our actions. We don't have any birthdays today, but it is this guy's birthday. His name is Wilhelm Grimm. Him and his brother wrote a book called Grimm's Fairy Tales, and that's where a lot of our stories that we have as fairy tales come from. Things like Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, Rapunzel, there's a whole bunch more, Rumpelstiltskin. These guys, the brothers Grimm, in their book is where we get a lot of our fairy tales from. So it is Wilhelm Grimm's birthday today. I think he's been dead for like, I don't know, 150, 200 years, something like that. But it is his birthday. All right, the high school esports team, if you didn't know, they have an esports, which is video games, and I don't know all of what they do. I want to say there's 3 or 4 different ones that they compete in, but they won the state championship in Fortnite over the weekend, which is really exciting. 8th grade students, I sent you some more information about that yesterday so that you can consider joining next year when you get to the high school. The last day to order yearbooks is on Friday. Make sure that you are getting a small slip outside the main office in the red folders if you're interested in that. Also a reminder that this Friday is the last day for you to pre-order your Kona Ice. They'll come on March 3rd. Joke of the day. Why did the snowman buy a bag of carrots? He was just trying to pick his nose. All right, E plus R equals O. Focus on how you respond to events. We don't control anything that anybody else does. We just control how we respond to it. Positive responses tend to lead to positive outcomes, but focus on you and how you respond to the things that life hands you. If no one's told you yet today, you are loved. You belong here at Middle School North. You've got all the tools to be successful. We've got your back. Have yourself a terrific Tuesday. And as always, it is great to be a cruiser.